Greetings all, I am Jacob Rothward.
And I'm Joseph Lavinka.
Good news is we've got a whole lot in store for y'all today.
Today we will be hearing from a wide range of people, from athletic coaches to administrators and even fellow students.
First we will hear from Garrett, Watkin, and Joseph about their experience alongside Mr. Lombardi, the head of middle school.
Mr. Lombardi has just returned from a year's worth of education himself, and we are now glad as ever to have him back.
Take it away, guys.
Hello, my name is Watkin, and today we will be showing an interview of Mr. Lombardi based on his recent return from Columbia University. We now go to Joseph.
Thanks, Watkin. So, welcome back, Mr. Lombardi.
Thank you. Great to be back.
Where were you all of last year?
I was both in Houston, but only on weekends, and in New York City at Columbia University.
What kind of degree or what were you studying for at Columbia University?
So it was a degree that ultimately is called a Master's of Education, and it was 12 classes all about very different aspects of leading a private school. It's very specific to private schools.
Interesting. How many years have you been at SJS, counting this year?
So I came in August of 1996, and I think that makes 18. I think we're on my 18th. Yeah.
How many times were you able to visit to the school where you were off studying?
So I only came home on weekends and went to my family, not to the school. So there were a couple of times. I came first at Christmas time. Maybe that wasn't the first time, but I remember coming at Christmas time and trying to get something out of the conference room that I had left there, and they changed the keys. And they tell you that that's like a really bad sign if you go away and they change the keys. Like, maybe that's a clue, but they gave me my own copy of the new key. So Christmas was the one I remember the most because I couldn't get in.
How was it having never met, or for some having never met, and having never taught skills to now 7th graders?
It's actually a big challenge. So I am very far behind, I feel like, in terms of learning kids' names. The reason I have skills classes, I think all of you know, is much more about me getting to know you than about any particular skill that you need to learn. So I have a lot of kids whose names I need to learn, and it's great to get to be teaching the 7th grade. I'm sharing it with Miss Hamilton. We're doing the 6th grade differently. I'm sharing it with Miss Bergeron and Miss Hamilton. And I have a long way to go. So I love being in there, and my work in terms of learning names is a slow and arduous one at this point in time. And on weekends I was mostly home, but I went to 21 different museums, 18 different schools, and 3 Broadway shows, and had a great time doing all those things. And the parks, probably Central Park would probably have been my highlight. I got to go there a couple times a week. Yeah.
Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck?
I'd rather fight 1 horse-sized duck.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lombardi. Back to you, Watkin.
Thanks, Joseph, and thanks to everyone for watching. Have a good day.
Wow, it surely was great to hear Mr. Lombardi's voice again. You were missed by all of us students, and we now feel that this year will be full of even more joy, now that you are back by our side.
For our next story, Jared and John will be interviewing Mr. Thibodeau about his activity.
Recently, the middle school selected their activities for this trimester. Mr. Thibodeau, the 7th grade history teacher, is running an activity on Thursdays called Stock Market. To sponsor this activity.
Well, after teaching the Great Depression for many years, I realized that most of my students, or many of them, had an interest in how the stock market worked. We played a stock simulation game for several years, and it was amazing to me to see how many kids were truly invested in that process. So I thought, after talking with many of my students and learning a lot from them about the stock market and how this world of finance, stocks, etc. works, that maybe we should have our own investment club here, because many of our kids, they have a connection to parents or relatives who work in finance or in banking, and they have a lot of budding expertise on the topic. So I thought it'd be great to offer a club here where they can put some of those skills to work.
So what is this activity all about?
So essentially what we do is we compete in a group of 3 teams. We have 3 teams. None of them are named yet. But basically each week we look at a specific sector of the economy. This upcoming week we'll be looking at energy companies related to energy, oil and gas, windmills, solar power, a broad array of energy companies. And we'll be investing in those companies, figuring out what are the key companies, the key movers and shakers in the field. And basically we'll be looking at portfolios and histories of those companies to make sound and solid investments. So we'll do these competitions, so the 3 teams will compete with each other throughout the semester. And ultimately this will serve as training for a national competition that I'm hoping our kids will compete in the spring.
Okay. So if this semester goes well, will you do it?
Well, yes. So if I feel like we have a strong enough team to emerge this semester, I'd like to extend it into the spring and possibly, again, have us compete against other schools around the country and possibly around the world, because I know this kind of stuff is really popular with St. John's-like students.
How is it going so far?
Well, we've only had 1 meeting, and in the first meeting we got a lot accomplished. Actually, we were able to divide, there are 30 plus students in the activity, and so we were able to divide into 3 teams, and we elected a CEO for each team, a treasurer, and a broker. And the broker's responsibility is to actually go online and make the trades daily for the team. The other team members are not allowed to handle that part. The CEO keeps everything in check and makes sure that the broker has actually performed his or her responsibility, and the treasurer keeps track of the money that each team has.
Thank you. I'm all out of questions. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Mr. Thibodeau's activity is held on Thursdays. This has been Jared Wilson, John Saucer, and Mr. Thibodeau. Good night.
That looks like a lot of fun. It seems like a great way to spend a weekly activity period, and it would be a great way to fill up on my Thibodometer.
Your Thibodometer?
Yes, one that can only be satisfied when I hear one of Mr. Thibodeau's famous sarcastic remarks.
Having Mr. Thibodeau myself, that really makes sense. For our third story, we will see Tommy, John, and Sasha interview people about the Mo Ranch trip. Oh, what fun that was.
Between the Mo pole adventures and just chilling in our cabin, that sure was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
It sure was. I wish I was there back myself.
Well, maybe the closest we'll get is seeing this great coverage from the news team across the building. Take it away, guys.
Hi, this is John Boom reporting for Middle School Video News. Not long ago, the 6th graders all took a trip to Mo Ranch together. It was a lot of fun, and the new kids of St. John's and the old kids from St. John's got a chance to bond together. Let's go hear from some of the 6th graders about the trip. So, Davis and Ben, what were your favorite activities during the trip?
The ropes course, because of the zip line and the mo pole. They were really fun. I like the big gulp too, because it was this giant swing, and you went, woo!
Fun.
I can see that there.
So, Lucas and Ishan, what did you think of the trip?
I really loved the trip, and I really loved the canoeing and the slide, and I especially liked the big boat.
That's great. You, Ishan?
I thought it was really fun. I like doing things out of my comfort zone, like jumping off the wall pool and climbing things, and it was really hard athletically and mentally for me. So.
Great. So, Ishan, did anything during the trip make you nervous?
No, not much, but I guess the most nervous part would be like trying to stand up on the boat pole because it was pretty hard to balance myself.
Great, thank you.
Thanks.
So, Mr. Center, a lot of planning went into the Mo Ranch trip. Could you describe some of the planning?
Sure. We plan for a lot of things. We have to plan for activities the kids are going to do in their free time. So that's things like, do we have enough sporting equipment? We plan for the field night, which Mr. Mack is in charge of organizing. We plan for the snacks. We need to make sure there's lots of food that kids are allergic to, like peanuts or shrimp, things like that. So we can have all sorts of fun allergic reactions. And then we need to worry about the teacher snacks. That's the most important. You can imagine why. So that's sort of the planning that goes into it.
So did everything go as planned?
Wow, I would say not right from the start. We were about 20 minutes outside of St. John's. We had left at 6:30 in the morning, the earliest we'd ever left, when one of our buses broke down on the HOV lane on I-10 West, and they were stuck there, and the deputies had to close down traffic. They had to get a new bus, and 2 hours later, we were back on the road. Piece of cake. But after that, everything was smooth sailing.
So, did you like the trip?
The trip was awesome. We actually had kids this year touch the trapeze. I think people were happy. Most people went to bed on time, so that's always nice for me. And Mr. Mack didn't throw too many water balloons at me. That's always a good trip.
That's good. So, what was the most surprising thing that happened?
Wow, the most surprising thing actually was it was so low key. We're used to somebody getting hurt. We're used to bad weather. We're used to tarantulas. And this year it was just easy sailing.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, Jacob, it's been almost 2 years now since you went on the Low Ranch trip. What are some of your memories about the trip?
Well, I had a great time on the trip. I made a lot of new friends and went on a lot of adventures. I remember the moat pool, the big gulp, and just kind of hanging out with my cabin at night. It was really kind of fun to meet everyone.
Great, thank you. As you can see, the 6th graders had a great time during the Mo Ranch trip and they got to know each other better. Thank you from the middle school video news team.
Boy, does that bring back memories. That was a fun week.
Next year, 6th graders have a lot to look forward to.
Assuming that the teachers aren't all tired out, that is.
Don't worry guys, the end is within sight. We are now going to hear from one of our finest coaches here at SJS, Eddie Cumbo.
Coach Cumbo experienced the game of basketball at the highest level there is, and he has since been coaching at St. John's, hoping to make the games of basketball and football important components of our school day.
So, let's hear it, Mark and Alexander.
Eddie Cumbo III has been a faithful SJS faculty coach for a long time. He was a graduate from the University of Houston, where he played college ball in the season of 1988 through 1989. He currently guides the St. John's 8th grade football team. Under his direction and leadership, they have thrived under pressure. The football team has 9 games in the season of 2013 through 2014. We will now ask Coach Cumbo a few questions about his team. Why did you decide to go into coaching sports at St. John's?
It was kind of a coincidence that this happened. I met some parents. I was working their kids out, and they attended St. John's, and they asked me, would I be interested in coaching St. John's? I said, yeah. So it wasn't really a decision. It was just something that happened, but I'm glad I chose to. Yeah.
Will you still be coaching football in the future at St. John's?
Oh, yes, unless y'all tell me y'all don't want me no more. But I mean, I love this, and I really enjoy it.
What helped you choose to go into coaching varsity football as opposed to other sports?
Well, you know, I love football. You know, I love making a difference in people's lives. You know, but now I'm coaching 8th grade B basketball.
How do you plan to lead the St. John's to another winning season this year?
You know, just work ethic. You know, discipline, teaching the kids to be held accountable and stuff like that. You know, just hard work. I think hard work always pays off.
What is your favorite part of working at St. John's?
The camaraderie. It's like family. You know, some days, you know, not better than others. But when I get here, you know, it's like relief, it's fun. You know, I always put a smile on my face.
What is the principle you want to teach to your students at the game?
You know, work hard. You know, and you know, learn how to win graciously, and when you lose, you know, accept that loss today. Good sportsmanship. That's really what I want to teach.
In addition to Coach Cumbo's interview, we will also be having Alexander Kim show us the equipment needed to play football.
Hello, I'm Alexander Kim, and I'm going to be explaining how the football equipment works. So this is a helmet. I know many of you know this, but it's a helmet and it protects your head. Absolutely necessary. Shoulder pads, which you put over your shoulders. I'm not going to put it on right now, but shoulder pads, which you need to protect yourself, body, and your shoulders. Cleats help you get traction, make sure you don't slip on the field. Padded pants help make sure you don't get injuries to your legs. And lastly, game sense. Black for home, white for away. Thank you. Have a nice day.
And Coach Combo will continue to teach other 8th graders in years to come.
Well, thanks, guys. It's always great to hear things from the athletic side of the excellent days we spent here. It is surely great to have someone as knowledgeable about the game as someone who experienced it firsthand.
Next, we have Margot, Mia, and Alston, who are going to tell us a little bit about the 7th and 8th grade girls volleyball teams. We have an excellent program here at St. John's School, and some of the members of all the teams are going to be talking to them. Take it away, guys.
Today we are here with Laurel and Carly, who are from the 8th grade A team volleyball. We will be asking them about their sport. So Carly and Laurel, what are your positions on the volleyball court?
I play setter and back row because I'm short and I move around the court a lot.
I'm middle front because I'm tall. What is your favorite activity during practice?
I like Queen of the Court because we get to play with our friends and it's really fun and fast.
I like spiking because
I play volleyball because I started playing for the YMCA for 2 years when I was like 9 and 10, and my sister played it, so she introduced me to it, and I just found it really fun.
Why do you play volleyball?
I play volleyball because it's really fun.
Teamwork.
Yeah, teamwork. It's you get to be on the court with your friends.
And do y'all plan on playing volleyball in high school?
Yes.
So do you play volleyball outside of school?
I do camps and stuff, and I have lessons sometimes.
But yeah, I do camps, but I'm not.
You're doing it again. How long have you been playing volleyball?
I've been playing for about 5 years.
I've been playing for 3 years.
You can't see. What are your goals for volleyball this season?
To become a better player and become a better setter.
Yeah, it's like understand the game more.
Okay, so that's all the time we have for today. Thank you, Laurel and Carly.
Today we're here with Lexi and Alexis. So, what's your favorite activity to play during practice and why?
I like to play scrimmage.
What about you, Lexi?
I also enjoy scrimmages because I think it lets us see what games are like and they're really fun.
What's your girl's favorite position to play?
I like being a setter because bumping is really difficult for me.
I like serving because I think I'm okay at overhand serving, but I'm pretty good at underhand serving, and I believe that serving is really fun. So.
Why did you guys choose volleyball to play out of your sports for this season?
I chose volleyball because I've been playing it for 2 years, and I really enjoy volleyball.
I chose volleyball because it's the only sport that's actually inside, and because I think that it's more fun than field hockey and cross country.
Thank you guys for letting us interview you.
Well, thanks, girls. It was really good to hear about another great athletic program we have here at St. John's School.
Lastly, we have Jacob, Luke, and Will to tell us something y'all may not know about our school. Organized by 9th and 10th graders, a group of kids play pickup style basketball in front of a large middle school audience almost every day.
Boy, do I want to do one of these groups.
You may be just a tad bit too lazy.
I know, it's a lot of work, but take it away, guys.
Let's turn it over to the 10th grade basketball crew, led by Saul Mount. Saul started the after-school basketball program to show his love for the game. Saul wanted to give the upper schools a chance to relax and get some exercise after school, and the group is expanding with new members entering every day. Another benefit of the after-school basketball program is entertainment for the middle school cross-country team. There's nothing better after a long, tiresome workout than to sit down, relax, and watch some pickup basketball Jacob Ruffard and John Boom are big fans of the program. Let's hear from them.
So, John, as a member of the middle school cross-country team, how do you like watching these people showcase their skills?
Well, I think it's really great that they're there after a long, hard practice. It's nice to have something to watch while they're stretching, and it really gives us something to do, and it's very entertaining.
Well, thank you, John. And we're very happy that we have them see every day. Just entertain. They're very entertaining. It's good to watch them and how they grow as players and as teammates, and it's really good. Thank you. Oh, and it seems as if they have a lot going for them, and it's a very nice program, and we hope to see them continue on and play in the future.
A member of the middle school cross-country team. So Jacob, what are your thoughts on the after-school basketball program?
Well, I think it's really cool just to kind of see these guys develop their skills. It's a really good group. It's also kind of cool just to sit down to some entertainment after a long, hard workout, and a lot of these kids have gotten a lot better with their shooting and their passing. And it's a really good group, and I wish them the best. I hope some more members join, as I've been seeing. It's a lot of 10th graders, but I've also seen some 9th and 11th graders come. And it's a really good group, and I wish them the best from here on out. There have been some excellent plays that have happened throughout the course of this program, and we're going to give you a first look at a lot of these.
Cade! Great job, everybody. And we hope you develop and get better at the great game of basketball. Thank you.
Wow, Jacob, it's really excellent what they've accomplished. I may even start watching them play.
Well, it seems like we're just about done with our first few weeks in review. What fun we've already had this year. Until next week, I'm Jacob Rothward.
And I'm Joseph Levinka.
And we are
the Maverick News Network.